imagine my surprise, as it is a Monday. And it is time to do Monday Mirages.
That's right. That is real. It is a Monday. Let's do it. It's 4 o'clock. Let's start with this one. Real or Mirage, Aaron Rodgers has never been better in his career until this playoffs.
Wow, that's, he's just done so many, crazy, you know what I mean? He's always been good when he needs to be. Last year with the relax.
Yeah.
And then he goes on a run. This year with I think we can run the table and go to the playoffs, and then they continue to win. I've never seen anybody do what he's doing right now. But I think if I really broke down film on him, I'm sure he's done it before.
He's so good right now. There's so many times where there's nobody else out there for the Packers, but he's making everyone else look so good. I think back to the season where he did win that Super Bowl over the Pittsburgh Steelers. They were dealing with a backup running back then. James Starks was someone who came off the bench because of injuries and had to play for the Packers, and Rodgers was able to get his team all the way to the big game and to win the big game. But there's just something different about this year. I'm going to go with real. Aaron Rodgers has never been better than this time. Whether it's Hail Marys, whether it's come from behind victories, going on the road to win the division. Aaron Rodgers has not only been great this season, let's go through the history of quarterbacks the last, 15 years? And besides Peyton and Brady's record-breaking touchdown pass seasons, this is right up there. One of the best seasons we've seen the last 15 years.
Because honestly, look at it. The secondary is shot.
Mm-hmm.
The running back's a wide receiver. The wide receivers are hurt. Jordy's out or Cobb's out. He hasn't had both for a full game in how long? And every game you go, well, Ezekiel Elliott, this, that, and the other thing, Dallas, but Green Bay's got Aaron Rodgers, so who knows, you know?
And every week you go in, at least I do, and the sports fans do go in thinking, well, this could be the week Rodgers and the Packers should lose. This matchup's too tough, the defense is too good, they can only piece it together so long that they're in trouble, but they always find a way to win.
Yeah, I thought I was being respectful saying they would lose by a field goal. I thought I was being respectful.
Right?
No, I wasn't.
Then 18-point lead in the game.
Yep.
Next one here, real or Mirage, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have impressed you more than any other team this postseason.
I'm going to say Mirage, and it's because of what's going on in Green Bay, and it's because of how high on the pedestal I put Pittsburgh before the season started. I mean, they're still great. Everybody talks about winning streaks. They've got one more than Green Bay does right now. But I expected them to do this. I expected Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Ryan Shazier to go out there and handle business. And now Bud Dupree, where the hell did you come from? Who are you? One week I don't know your name, the next week you're killing Matt Moore.
So the next week you're playing good again. Yeah, he's piecing it together.
So Mirage, but only because I expected so much from them. And I expected so little from teams with all the injuries.
I'm going with real on this one. The season previous, so Super Bowl 50 would have been in the preseason. I picked the Cowboys to defeat the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Didn't work out well then, but I look at the Steeler team now and think they destroyed Miami in the wild card round. They just beat Kansas City without scoring a touchdown, and they still really haven't played their best game this season. Have they? With Bell and Brown and Big Ben, why can't that offense put up 35 or 42 in a game? Because they're that good overall. Even with them not doing that, they have impressed me. I'm taking Pittsburgh as the most impressive team for me this postseason.
I'd like to answer your why can't they? Because they're going to New England. That's why they can't anymore.
Too good of Belichick and all those guys and the weather and all that. Yeah.
The lackluster New England performance was this weekend. It will not happen again.
They dropped 34 and were, I guess, staying in contention with the Texans by the ways I mean that Houston hung around because of New England's mistakes.
Deion Lewis gets you 3 touchdowns. First guy to ever get you a receiving, return, and rushing touchdown in the same game in the postseason. And they still let Houston hang around.
And in the post-game press conference, they asked Deion about that record. He says, I'm not proud of it. I wasn't good enough. I almost cost my team the victory. So even he was not excited about his performance. Real or Mirage here, the Atlanta Falcons are still underrated.
Just based on my own personal feelings on the Atlanta Falcons, that's very real. They put together probably the best game from one team. Like game plan, execution, everything. They looked phenomenal Saturday while we were giving away the Super Bowl tickets. And I still looked at them and went, Cowboys will beat them. And as soon as the Packers beat the Cowboys, I went, all right, Packers in the Super Bowl. I didn't even think of the Falcons, so that's very real.
It's the ultimate team where it's like, Seattle was like this years ago. Yeah, but. Right. Yeah, they're playing good defense, but they haven't won in a while. Yeah, they're going to win the division, but is the division really that good? This has become Atlanta. Carolina was different last year because Carolina had Cam Newton, who is a very, I guess, exciting player. He can run, he can pass, and do it all, but also controversial in the sense that some people didn't like the antics, the Supermans, the dabs, all that.
The great equalizer.
Yeah, but they were making attention, so they were pushing themselves to the covers of Sports Illustrated and making themselves be a 16, 17-1 team. Atlanta, whether it's Matt Ryan's attitude or everyone already knowing Julio Jones, a really good wide receiver, I don't know what they can do to get to the Super Bowl and win it all for the national media to kind of look and say, oh, they are pretty good. Oh, they do have the number one offense. Oh, their games, I mean, the Packers and Cowboys game was exciting. That's why we're talking about it. The Patriots, we thought were going to smoke the Texans, right, and it was close. That's what. There's nothing really besides you and I being there to look at the Atlanta game and think, well, guys were wide open. They were making the throws. Right. The least exciting game of the weekend.
I guess the biggest mistake was letting Devin Hester go.
Yeah,
because then he came back. He almost bit you in the butt. Almost. I guess that's the biggest mistake that franchise has made.
We'll move on to the next one here. Real or Mirage? The referees should not have called the holding penalty against Kansas City offensive lineman Eric Fisher.
Mirage. They actually should have scored it as a takedown and given him points. Hey, look, I am a firm believer in let him play. Like, I'm all about that. Like, you could call holding on 98% of the plays if you really wanted to.
Right.
And I don't like the ticky-tacks. Like, if I've got a hold of your jersey, well, your jersey wasn't tight enough, okay? But if I've got a hook around your neck, and when you're going around me, I'm now laying my full body weight on you to take you to the ground, that's a hold. I'm sorry, that's a hold, Travis Kelce.
You get to pick as an NFL fan. I get some Chiefs fans will look and say, no, Goz, they should have let him play. We can't crush the officials about making certain calls, and then when they don't make the calls, also crush them for not making it. You get to pick. He got it right. That is a holding. That is a tackle on offense, which you cannot do. If they didn't call that, and the Chiefs got the 2-point conversion, and Michaels and Collinsworth watched the replay and see James Harrison get tackled, I can't imagine the backlash we'd have today. How could they do that? They didn't want Pittsburgh to win. The officials are terrible. We would have heard a completely different narrative today. So, yes, the officials made the right call. Their job is to get it right, and they got it right.
It's amazing that you can hold that offense to no touchdowns and still lose.
Real or Mirage here. The NBA needs LeBron James to play tonight against the Golden State Warriors. There was reports that Tyronn Lue may sit LeBron, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving in this matchup.
Needs is a strong word. I'm going to say Mirage just because of needs. But realize that how bad you look if this happens here. Because what? The Memphis trip, they didn't go. This one, they didn't play. Now, if you're not going to play in like this marquee matchup, this very exciting. And if I'm Tyronn Lue, I probably look at this as, well, I'm not going to show him what I have because I'm going to see him in the finals again. But at the same time, you do owe the fans an appearance now and then. And this is the kind of game you should show up for.
Besides Christmas Day, this is one of the days where the NBA takes center stage. It's going to be on right here, 104.5, the team, Cavaliers and Warriors.
You have it? Oh, yes, that's real then.
Yeah, we want him to play so badly because of us. It's like, hey, go out there and show what you can do against the best team in the Western Conference. I get if you want to rest guys because it's an 82-game season and things like that. And LeBron has said, by the way, he doesn't believe that's their rival, which...
Again, who's your rival then? Who's good enough to be the Cavs' rival?
Years ago, it used to be the Wizards when the Cavs and Wizards were like neck and neck in the Eastern Conference in that 4-5 seed area. But if it's not the Warriors, then who is it? Right. The Heat had a little bit like the Celtics and the Pacers. You get to pick somebody. I don't think it's Toronto. It's not Boston yet.
I mean, if he wants to tell me I'm not worried about them yet because they're Western Conference, I could have that conversation with you. But it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. People are going to celebrate this by watching you. You know what I mean? Like, you have a chance to make a statement tonight.
By the way, the answer for me is real. The NBA needs LeBron to play tonight. Will it happen? No, but the NBA, if you're going out and telling your sponsors, hey, I got a game for you.
Right.
It's Cavs, Warriors, Steph Curry, Durant, Thompson versus LeBron, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving, and then none of those guys show up in the television ratings in the tubes, and you got to go back and tell your sponsors, hey, we know you spend a ton of money with us. Please come back. When it becomes a money issue, then the NBA is concerned. They don't want to make the people who spend money on their league unhappy.
Had you told me they were on our station tonight, I would have said real from the beginning.
And last one here. Real or Mirage? Facebook Live is a good thing. Not even talking about Antonio Brown, but just in general. Is it good to have live streaming videos?
Realage.
What Realage?
Realage.
Is that something you collect in art class? A collage?
No, look, it's real that it's a good thing when it's entertaining and you're not using it to hurt anybody, but it is such a mirage when it's like, look, this is my whatever, and he eats carrots, and you look, isn't it great? or you just like, just blasting somebody you don't know on there. Those two I don't like, but like we use it to promote things. It's fun. We use it to entertain. It's fun. We don't use it to, make fun of people.
Tape our secret meetings of our bosses.
Yeah, which would be hysterical.
No. It would not be hysterical.
We'll do that next time.
I like Periscope. I've used Periscope before, which is
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like Twitter, but I haven't used Facebook Live yet. It's the same thing. There's a really good chance you and I will be using it in 2 weeks. So maybe I'll change my tune. Right now I say it's Mirage. It's not a good thing because I don't know what's going to happen. I can't control what's going to pop into the feed. If I'm rolling live and someone photobombs me in the back or screams something out, I can only do so much. But that's the fun of it for some, where it's live, right. It's real.
Hell, if it's entertaining, I'll take it.
It's unedited.
If it's see, that's the thing though. Like, it's like any other form of media. When used for the right reasons, it's awesome. When you use it to be hurtful or for the worst thing for me, if they're boring, I can't take it. I don't want any part of it. Like, I hate when I get notified that random so-and-so is going live. That's the worst part about Facebook Live. It's not Facebook Live. It's who Facebook Live thinks I need to know is going live.
And also, it's like the live cooking. Is that what you're getting at? Like, hey, I got an idea. Like, cooking shows always zoom to the future of what the meal looks like. I'm going to just cook in real time. That will be entertaining.
There's a dude, one of the YouTube, stars, who's, he counted to 10,000.
That was it?
That was what he did.
People watched?
20,000 people watched him.
20,000 people? What is going on in the world? You and I were talking about last week where there's people who pay to watch other people play video games. And now there's people watching their lives spend it watching another person count. What is going on?
Yes, that is what happens. Yeah, like I said, I like to do it, let you know where we're going to be. Like when we were at the Great Escape all summer, I went Facebook Live every time. Hey, we're going to be here. They serve liquor. Come hang out with us. We know what you need. Come get booze. It's all about it. And when we're in Houston, anytime we see somebody that we can't get on the show, I'm totally just chasing them with the live.
Nice.
I'm going to, it's probably not the right way to use it.
Be prepared for that the next 2 weeks. Make sure 104.5 The Team on Facebook. Follow. You never know what's going to happen in 2 weeks when we're in Houston.
Yeah, when Chris Berman beats the living daylights out of me. Be ready for that. It's going to be fun.